Hello, everybody. It is with intense pleasure that I welcome you all to the brand new Balzer Theater at Herren. So we were doing a little bit of, in preparation for this evening, we were doing a little bit of counting. And this project has been in planning for 3 years, construction for 6 months, 2 years of which were in the middle of a global pandemic, which complicated things a little bit. But we're delighted to say, and I can't actually believe that we're able to say this, that we came in on schedule and pretty close to on budget.
And we would not be here if it weren't for the extraordinary efforts of so many people, many of them here with us right now. So thank you.
Yes, thanks, Sarah. So we went through, in the planning process for this project, 3 board chairs, all of whom are here tonight. We got Charlie Hen, we got Ed Lady, and we got John Mack. Along with them, 3 entirely different boards, all of whom put not just their time and energy, but also their financial support into this project. And we'd like to ask everybody who is a current or former board member of Theatrical outfit to raise your hand. Thank you. And not just for your support, but also for your faith in us as a company, particularly these last couple of years when all of our faith in many things has been tested over and over and over again. The fact that we are standing here today is because of your support on both the big things and the small things. So we thank you. I also wanted to thank our incredible design team. I mean, I think this is just such stunning work. And it all began just over 3 years ago with 2 teams of architects, both looking at the project conceptually. There was the team from Gensler, led by Ashley McClure. I think Ashley's here with us this evening.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's absolutely stunning, and I hope you're pleased with the fruits of your labours. And also the team from Cooper Carey, led by Bob Neal. I want to thank you as well for all the time and energy you put into this project.
And because I just started 3 weeks before demolition, I'm here to thank those who executed the design. In no particular order, the team from Good Van Slyke, we got Paul, Jeff, and Yuzhong. The team from Gay Construction, Tommy, Drifty, and Anthony. Barrett Woodyard. So in particular, the staff at Theatrical outfit. We could not have done it without them. And many of them who've been here, from the beginning of this project. And in particular, our production team. And last but not least, Thomas Folks. And where is she? And Tess Malice Kincaid. The best closers in town.
And I just want to say a particular word of thanks to one individual who's instrumental in this entire project, and that's Stephen Swicegood, who's the managing director of Gensler and has been involved in every single detail of this project. Every single detail, from the dimensions of rooms to paint treatment to finish to how are we going to get the feet on these columns and what are they going to be, to design. And he also brought an immense amount of wisdom and logistical know-how. Now, he's not able to be with us tonight because he's on holiday in Chile, drinking better wine than all of us. But you are in the presence of his work. So the next time you see him, please shake his hand and thank him. There's 2 roles that he performed on this project. The first is sort of like lead designer, where he's just really thinking about concept and vision and how the whole thing should come together. And the second is owner's rep, really representing the theatre in every conversation with architects and contractors. So talking about contracts and plans and drawings And when I say he brought decades of experience to the table, that's not an underestimation. So in his absence, let's all raise a glass to Stephen Swiesky.
We'll get to the actual campaign in just a moment, but you'll find on your program the immense amount of individuals that really made this happen. So thank you. And to our generous institutions to this campaign in particular, the Fox Theater Institute, South Face Institute, Invest Atlanta, Georgia Council for the Arts, the Letty Pate Evans Foundation, the Katz Foundation, the Rich Foundation, and the Woodward Fund. Thank you.
And now to tell us a little bit more about the campaign, the man, the myth, the legend, former board chair, former development committee chair, somebody who was at the beginning of this project, a driving force to really lead us to where we are today. Ed Lady.
So I've got nothing left to say because they thanked everybody that ought to be thanked. So I just sit down. Tess said I had 5 to 7 minutes. I'll try to keep it under 10 or 12 because I know there's food to be had. And I hope all you people can hear me way in the back. So 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we talked about this theater being the heart of Atlanta. And I want to tell you 3 stories tonight about the heart. One personal, one about the organization, and then one about the city. I'm a product of this city. I'm made in Atlanta. I attended Adair Park Elementary School, Morningside Elementary School, went to Georgia State University. My wife worked at First Atlanta on the 2 Peachtree building and then SunTrust. I worked at the Boys Club down on Edgewood Avenue. I worked in the Hurt building and I worked in the Healy building. Our children came out of Downtown Child Development Center, which was the old Riches building, then moved to Bill's Healy building. 20 years ago, our children came out of that. I spent a lot of lunches at Tasty Town, which was right down here in the hallway between this building over here. My first real suit, I bought at Muses. How many of you remember that Muses was down there, down the street? We got a lot of good clothing down there. I joined the Commerce Club 30 years ago because Pete McTeer at the Woodruff Foundation said, you need to come join, and he grabbed me by the lapels and said, you need to be a part of the Commerce Club, and he took my money, and I enjoyed every bit of it. I'm a product of Atlanta. I remember walking up and down this street. Debbie and I have been members of, or subscribers for this theater for 15 years. I joined the Peachtree Atlanta Kiwanis Club and sat beside Ed Negri, who owned Herren's restaurant, every Tuesday morning for 5 years at 7:30. So I got to eat in his restaurant. I got to hear his stories about all that he did. I'm a made in Atlanta kind of guy, and that's my heart as a part of this. Second heart story is about this organization. We'd finished a strategic plan about 6 years ago, and I said to Charlie, we need a better board than what we've got. We had 7 members on the board. And Charlie looked at his, it wasn't a Rolodex at that point, it was his contact list and all his stuff, and he went out and recruited 22 of the best people in Atlanta. And we put around this table. And they came, we said to them, we need to do something. We need to create a wow for this theater. We've got great production, we've got a great stage, but nobody knows we're here. We need to do a wow. And Tom looked at me and says, you're nuts. We're not going to do that. But Stephen and Bob and the board said, let's look at this lobby, let's see what we can do in our front room. And so we came up with these great designs, and you see the evidence of that some time ago. But the board also said, we're going to put our money behind this. So every one of those 22 board members made a 5-year pledge to this campaign. And then we went to the staff, and there were 8 full-time staff members here at that point, and every one of those staff members made a personal pledge to this campaign. We cobbled that money together, and we said, this is great. We went to our friends at the Katz Foundation and said, we're a little unstable financially, we need some endowment money. And they said, well, we'd like to help you. And after a while, they said, we love Tom Key. We kind of like the theater he's involved with, but we love Tom Key. Can we help create a $1 million endowment that'll perpetuate what Tom does with the young artists in this community? And that was the first big gift we got in the campaign. We took that, we leveraged that, we went to the Woodruff Foundation, we went to the city, we went to the county, all the things that you see in this particular piece of paper, and they said, wow, we're happy to do that. And we started that in the fall of 2018, and then you know what happened in 19 and 20. So we were kind of down the pike with the campaign. So we had to lower our sights. We started at 6 and we came down to 3 because we weren't doing theater at that point. And as Matt has said, we weren't sure we were going to survive. We just didn't know what that looked like. But there was a heart of this organization that said, we've got to do something incredible. We belong in downtown. We want to make this go. And so I salute all the fellow board members and the staff members and the artistic directors and the managing directors and Gretchen Butler in particular that helped drive this conversation for that. That was the heart of the organization. Third, the heart of the city. This community loves this theater. We are right where we need to be. We don't need to be out anywhere else. We don't need to be in Midtown. We don't need to be in Buckhead. We need to be in downtown. That's where we belong. That's what we're about. And this city has responded tremendously with their annual fundraising, and you're going to hear from some of our elected folks and our appointed folks to say how wonderful neighbors we are and we love them and we want more. So if you got them some extra shekels, we'll take those anytime soon. But the city and the organizations that Vanya talked about and all the people around took from their heart and their soul and they made this theater what it is. It goes back to what Bill and Peg started a long time ago. It carried on through Stephanie. Stephanie said to me after we did her board solicitation, I never gave a man so much money in my life. I hope that's still true, Stephanie. Stephanie's the reason that I'm here because she said she would be the interim board chair while I showed up a year later and loved every minute of it. And Stephanie's been a great mentor to me, so thank you, Stephanie. Thank you to all the people that have given their heart and soul for this organization. It's the heart of the campaign, the heart of the city. Theatrical Outfit is the heart of the city because of me, because of the board and the staff and this organization, and because of the city. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. And thank all of you all for being here tonight. This is a wonderful evening, and we're proud of what we've done here for Theatrical Outfit. So thank you all.
Thank you, Ed. And I am proud to introduce from Invest Atlanta, Dr. Eloisa Klementich.
Now, if my kids were just as excited when I got home, that'd be great. Thank you so much. It's really exciting to be here again. Eloisa Klementich, proud president and CEO at Invest Atlanta. And I am super excited to be here and to be speaking about what is the heart of the city campaign. And I specifically, though, we cannot do this alone. We had a great amount of team members that were really trying to figure out how we could make something like this happen. But at the end of the day, I'd be remiss if I did not also recognize your council member, Faruqi, who's here. Councilmember, oh, there you are. The tax allocation dollars that we use to invest really comes with the support of the city and the city council. So, Councilmember, for your support, I would like to say thank you. And I wasn't sure, is Council President Shipman here as well? I thought he was going to swing by. And really the mayor, really excited about the mayor's push for the creative and the creative industry and what this means. So Invest Atlanta, just as a background, is the economic development arm for the city. We are really charged to help support and grow not only our businesses, but how do we create this quality of place? And that's what's so excited about the theater. And I remember we presented it, the mayor oversaw the meeting at the Invest Atlanta board, and it was talking about how do we get people to come into the theater? How do we create this quality of place? Because a lot of our younger generations, yes, I belong to that, at least by heart. But anyways, a lot of the younger generations are really making decisions about what city they're going to go to first by where is that excitement, where is that quality of life. And so they're going to decide first where they're going to live, and then they go look for a job, which was completely different than the way I did it. I'm not sure about you. But in either case, I just would like to say that we are very excited to partner. What this means in the impact of the creative industry. In the state of Georgia, there are about 200,000 people employed in the creative industry. If you look at the combined revenue, that's $37 billion in revenue. So it is not only the right thing to do, it's a great placemaking, but it's also in terms of revenue and the economic impact to our city. Total economic impact of the arts industry, $62 billion. Yes, this is an industry that we are looking and we're continually trying to cultivate. So when we see these type of areas, we will continue to be your partner, not only here in downtown, but in other parts of the city. And I'm sorry, we have no more money. But in either case, this year, want to say we're a great partner. Thank you for your commitment. I'm excited about what this will mean for downtown, and you could not be more right when you say this theater is amazing to be in downtown. The impacts of what this will be, I literally this morning heard from Centennial Yards, Newport, and Underground. Truly, this is going to be the next opportunity for the city of Atlanta, and I'm proud to be a partner. Invest Atlanta's proud to be a partner, and just keep on acting because we all have some creative in our family. I have a couple creatives in our family. So anyways, they all would love a place to work. Thank you very much.
And now for the formal part of the evening, the cutting of our ribbon. I'm delighted to invite Camille Russell-Love up to the stage, the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs.
To echo the sentiments of my colleagues here with us tonight, yes, the arts are vital to our economic fortitude and the cultural health of our communities. People intrinsically value the arts in their lives. Arts entertain, inspire, inform, provoke us. Supporting the arts community in all of its facets moves us towards a more inclusive and proficient society and only benefits economic development. For generations now, Atlanta has been regarded as the hub of the South for many reasons. We've led the Southeast in many areas of commerce, aviation, and city planning, and have shown the world how a city well connected to its culture can thrive from a healthy sense of artistic awareness. One of the most recent examples that comes to mind regarding the impact of the arts for our city is the explosion of commissioned mural art citywide, like the one that's right over there. This has become one of the most popular and accessible means for artists of all skill levels to use their artistic voice to express their feelings about this city. For example, our office worked with Councilmember Faruqi, I know he's here, there you are, on the completion of utility box murals in the Candler Park neighborhood. Something as simple as adorning city utility boxes with commissioned artwork not only further beautifies an area, but exposes our citizens and visitors to visual art along their communities while giving opportunities to artists to expand their portfolios and stretch the talent of their crafts. Places that succeed in attracting and retaining creatives prosper. In a modern economy, people and their ingenuity are valued most. Above all else, many businesses of this new era will be attracted to talented and creative people and the cities where they live. That's Atlanta. The new era of economic development has shifted greater focus on creating places where people want to be, with a vibrant arts and performance culture. Atlanta's arts community and the work it produces emphasizes Georgia's bottom line for economic growth. The creative industries in Georgia represent a combined $37 billion in revenue and continue to create jobs for more than 200,000 people in this state alone. Atlanta's art community not only contributes to the bottom line for local economic development, but continues to attract tourism dollars in all aspects of the hospitality and service industry through sought-after events like the upcoming Atlanta Jazz Festival. We'll see you in Piedmont Park Memorial Day weekend. Many economic strategists also say that the arts have an impact on community safety. Many locations have utilized the presence of performing arts in areas, specific business districts to bring new life and attention to the neighborhood, which over time have had an impact on crime reduction. When the Office of Cultural Affairs launched Elevate, focusing on specific neighborhoods throughout the city, The art programming highlighted the personality of the area, while also giving opportunity and visibility to local artists and the businesses within the Elevate footprint. In essence, the arts are good for the economy, help our city attract and engage talent, help revitalize neighborhoods, facilitate commerce and human interactivity, help nurture a sense of belonging, and even help people in unrelated fields unlock their potential, like my friend Eloisa, who's going to be an actress. Yes. Having a market that artists can strive for and compete within creates incentive to refine their art. Businesses and property developers can always connect directly to Atlanta's art community by commissioning their art to inspire tenants and patrons. Through the pandemic, we saw resilient environments like the Theatrical outfit that were able to pivot and get creative with performance spaces and accessibility. As one of the oldest nonprofit theaters in Atlanta, Theatrical outfit never ceased to produce world-class theater that starts the conversations that matter. This theater has helped sustain Atlanta's arts community for over 45 years. Those who support these organizations, artists, and efforts directly impact the success of our city. It is with great pleasure that I stand with you this evening as we commemorate the grand reopening of this art institution. To our friends at Theatrical Outfit, congratulations. And we look forward to many more years of your work and your contributions to this city. Thank you.
Ms. Love is going to cut the ribbon for us on the reopening of our lobby and our new facade. And I would like to ask, in addition to our wonderful speakers that have already joined us, if we could also be joined by Associate Artistic Director Adaye Moon, our current board chair, John Knott, our immediate past chair, Charlie Henn, and our immediate past artistic director, Tom Key. Amir, would you join us as well? 2, 3, go!
Thank you, everybody. We just wanted to say a couple of very brief things to wrap up the kind of forum portion of the evening. The first is to thank each and every one of you for being here. This is an occasion. In the words of the playwright Tony Kushner, the great work begins. Yeah. This is the starting point for the next phase of the life of this company. And every single person in the room has a part to play. We're at an inflection point as a city, as a country, in which not only are we trying to cope with a very complicated present, but we're trying to articulate a future. And in Atlanta, in downtown Atlanta, we've got the courthouse 1 block away, the State House 6 blocks away. As Tom Key always said, when people want to protest something, they come downtown. Our mission is to start the conversations that matter, and all of the conversations that are happening in Atlanta circulate through this place. The investment in this campaign and the investment in Theatrical Outfit ensures that art and culture is part of that conversation, alongside the developers, alongside politicians, alongside the economists, to remember human beings, to remember community. And that is the value that is going to form the foundation of where we move forward as a company. And the one thing that Vanya and I wanted to share with you is that we don't just see this investment as an investment in keeping this version of the company going, but we see ourselves as stewards of this building and stewards of the public trust expressed in all of the financial support that's being offered by each and every one of you. So the message is that our doors are open. We're welcoming in young companies who don't have a space. We're sharing rehearsals with them. We're coming up with new ways to revolutionize our jazz programming and let artists control it rather than us deciding everything about it. We're launching a whole new event series called Live at the Balzer, where we're we got this awesome building, use it. So that we can be an economic engine getting folks downtown, but more importantly, that we can be a home for artists. Not just a home for ourselves and our artists, but a home for all artists in Atlanta, so that we can help articulate this future together. So thank you. Please have more food, have more drink. If you've not been upstairs yet, go and nose into the rehearsal hall, nose into the playwrights lab, check out the amazing new bathrooms. So like really enjoy the space. And my one request is that please take pictures, share it on your social media, and tell every single person that you know to get downtown and see Tiny Beautiful Things that opens this Friday. Thank you.